Best wishes in the new year. Chances are your mailbox has been full of seed catalogs. Winter is a great time for planting this year's garden. After the holidays, we have more time to sit back in a favorite chair and browse through catalogs and websites to look up information on plants we might want to try this year. Bob Sampson's article, Understanding Seed Catalogs, can help you understand the terms used in seed catalogs. When ordering seeds or plants, consider the following criteria to ensure you have a successful garden this year, and remember to put the right plant in the right place. Drought-tolerant, disease and insect-resistant, hardy or heat-tolerant, adaptable to a wide range of soil and light conditions and interest during several seasons of the year. Winter is for garden planning. Midwinter can be important to the home landscape because it allows time for gardeners to come to grips with what is working, what acute accent is not, and what still needs to be done. You can't spend hours poring over the beautiful pictures in seed catalogs and magazines. What gardeners may not realize is that local nursery and garden center personnel now have a lot more time for individualized assistance. The off-season is a real opportunity to get some professional assistance in analyzing your garden's needs. Without the growing season acute accent has many chores, gardeners have time to assess what acute accent has been going on in their yard. Here are some questions for gardeners to consider. Consider placing your catalog orders early to ensure you get what you really want instead of substitutions this year. Look at the light in your garden to see if your trees and shrubs are creating so much shade that some of your flower beds aren't thriving. Shade can't save on air cooling costs for your home if you position trees properly. Winter gives you the opportunity to look at the bones of your landscape. Review last season's garden and plan for a mix of plant height, texture, shape, color and placement that will attract a lot of compliments. Perhaps you've been too ambitious with your gardening plans to allow yourself to relax and enjoy your garden. Adding more low-input, green, plants or expanding the yard acute accent as hardscape could cut down on your gardening chores. Installing an irrigation system that applies just the water that is needed can also save you a lot of time. Consider more disease and insect-resistant varieties of plants. Did you know that the trees in your garden may be more vulnerable to disease and pests if your neighborhood doesn't have any tree diversity? A single aggressive pest could deforest the entire area. You may want to keep this in mind when selecting additional trees for your yard and garden. Get your catalog orders in early. Winter is just getting started, and the garden spot looks brown right now. It's time to start thinking about your springtime vegetable crop. What? Why all the rush? The groundhog hasn't even determined how long winter will last. Well, the early bird gets the worm, they say. It's prime time to look through seed catalogs and pick out varieties. If you haven't ordered your seed catalogs, by all means, get the request in the mail. Many companies send catalogs to regular customers. Some have online catalogs and ordering to make selecting and getting your seeds easier. Order now to make sure you get the varieties you want. Popular varieties may sell out before spring. You may get left out and miss your favorite bean, zucchini or sweet corn. If you grow your own transplants, spring is closer than you think. You'll want to start growing them indoors in a few weeks. Transplanting instead of direct seeding gives you a head start on spring because you can't start plants indoors before the weather is suitable for planting outside. It also results in better stands and takes fewer seeds. Crops like tomatoes, pepper, eggplant, watermelons and cantaloupes are more suited to transplanting than direct seeding. It takes about 5 to 6 weeks to grow most transplants. If you're in an area where you can plant outdoors in mid-March, plant transplant seeds in early February. Crops such as broccoli, cabbage, collards, cauliflower and kale will do well when started as transplants, too. These crops can be planted outdoors even earlier than the ones mentioned above. Plant these seed in mid-January to transplant later. Growing transplants in the winter isn't for everyone. You can wait and buy them at the local garden center in spring, if you like. Many people know which varieties that they want to plant from year to year because they have favorites that have worked for generations. However, there are always new varieties hitting the market, and you should never be afraid to try something new. It may be better than the one you've used for years. But don't plant the whole crop in a new variety. Try it sparingly at first to see if you like it and if it performs well in your area. Some newer varieties can make life easier in the garden. Selecting a variety with a good disease resistance package will always give you a leg up in the garden. For example, if tomato spotted wilt virus has been your nemesis in recent years, there are several tomato and pepper varieties on the market with resistance to that disease. Buying seed at the local garden center is convenient, and they usually have at least some of the most popular varieties. However, if you want something unique or new, you may have to order it from a catalog or the internet. Remember, there is a world of new and different varieties out there. You may find a sweet corn you like better than Silver Queen or a tomato you like better than Better Boy. Go ahead and explore, but now is the time to do it before the crocuses start to bloom, and it's time to get to the garden. Happy gardening!